When the Civil Service College first organized the World City Summit, the first World City Summit 2 years ago in June 2008, we found very good traction with a broad spectrum of people who were interested and very keen to participate in this discourse on how good governance underpins any effort to build and sustain great cities. We are pleased to partner the Center for Livable Cities to organize the 2010 World Cities Summit to continue this global conversation on the interplay between good governance and urban solutions. Why do we emphasize the importance of good governance? Good governance, we believe, cannot be left to chance, and its influence on urban outcomes cannot be underestimated. Livable and sustainable cities require a sound governance framework that can harness and implement good ideas. The idea of automatic social or market forces regulating governance outcomes may be attractive, but the reality is that this alone cannot ensure that economic growth will be tempered by the requisite level of social development and environmental protection. The private sector tends to generate short-term responses to rapid market fluctuation and may sometimes fail to see the long-term repercussions of such actions. So countries and cities need a robust working model of good governance to strike the appropriate balance, settle on the trade-offs, and decide on strategic directions for the longer term. In Singapore, the government has played an important leadership role to make sure that tough decisions are taken if necessary, decisions which may only pay off in the longer run. And this is evident from Singapore's urban planning experience over the last 5 decades. We've benefited from an integrated approach to urban planning that has seen many agencies working together to banish highly pollutive industries, abolish illegal hawking, and rid our waters of indiscriminate effluent discharge. Same method was adopted when Singapore conceptualized how we would optimize our scarce land and surmount the problem of limited water catchment areas. In all these instances, good governance was necessary to ensure that policies were implemented effectively and that legislation was firmly but fairly enforced. At the same time, the state must also tap on the dynamism of the private sector for market knowledge and expertise and engage with the public in planning and co-creating urban solutions. Much as Singapore is happy to share its experience in building a livable and sustainable city, we're also keen to learn from others. And so the 2010 World City Summit will bring together decision makers, practitioners, and experts from the public and private sectors to identify and develop practical, practicable, and scalable solutions for urban development, with effective governance and leadership as an important pillar in this process. It is thus fitting that the theme of the opening plenary is Sustainable Cities, Leadership and Governance. We will examine the role of good leadership and governance in building and managing sustainable cities. Participants will consider and discuss the leadership and governance challenges they must tackle, from garnering support and securing resources to leveraging on growing public awareness, and explore models and frameworks that can help them build communities that are livable and sustainable. To provide our international guests and participants with a first-hand perspective on how sound policies for sustainable urban development have been implemented within the context of good governance and leadership, we'll also be organizing a series of learning journeys which will be hosted by 6 public sector agencies in Singapore. 2 examples that I'll give you include the Public Housing Journey, which is hosted by the Housing and Development Board, and the Waste and Resource Management Journey hosted by the National Environment Agency. The World Cities Summit Expo will also be held concurrently with this conference, and this will profile other success stories of urban development around the world. This summit is a timely platform for cities to come together, exchange ideas, and share knowledge on innovative solutions to the most pressing challenges facing billions around the world. I'm sure we can look forward to an insightful and stimulating discussion.